How Trump's legacy became pure poison. For independents, the red wave that was much vaunted in the midterm elections last month failed to grow in large part because it hit a wall of protest by independents, especially in key battleground states. And that raises tough questions for Republicans looking forward to 2024. The GOP's disappointing performance among independents this year marks the third election in a row where the party has underperformed against those staggered voters. Although Donald Trump ran among independents in his first presidential race in 2016, since he took office, the GOP has consistently faced widespread opposition among them, particularly women or those with a four-year college degree. GOP 2022 struggles with independents are particularly prominent because they occur even as most of those voters express negative views about both President Joe Biden's job performance and the state of affairs. The state of the economy, sentiments that often make most voters waver to leave the party, of the White House. For many analysts in both parties, the reluctance of so many independents to support Republican candidates despite that displeasure shows that Trump-era Republicans have alienated these voters. How strong? There is a big lesson here, which is that if you speak like Trump or remind voters of Trump, especially on a personality level, it is absolutely poison to independent voters, John said. Thomas, a Republican advisor, put it bluntly. It may have worked in 2016 because voters were looking for something new and a change, but it hasn't worked since then. For Republicans, the results underscore the electoral risks as the party continues to refuse to refute Trump, even as he openly aligns with two anti-Semitists praising Adolf Hitler, praising rioters on the Capitol on January 6, 2021, and publicly called for the end of the U.S. Constitution to restore power to itself. During the election, all 66% of independent voters said they had an unfavorable view of the former president while only 30% rated him positively, according to the results of a poll conducted by Edison Research for a consortium of media organizations including CNN. Among independent women, Trump's ratings are even worse. Just 23% favorable and 72% unfavorable, according to previously unpublished poll results conducted by the unit. Voting provided by CNN. An unfavorable rating for Trump reached the equivalent of 69% among independents with at least a four-year college degree. It's hard for me to see Republicans escape Trump's control with or without him, said Tom Bonnier, chief executive officer of TargetSmart, a Democratic data and voter targeting company. It on the ballot. The results among independents also contain many warnings for Democrats. Opinion polls show Biden among them only slightly more favorably than Trump, with 37% supporting the president and 60% disapproving, and nearly three-quarters of independent voters, including men and women, are almost identical, said they don't want him to run for re-election in 2024. In a post-election survey conducted by Way to Win, a liberal group that primarily works with candidates and organization focused on voters of color, about 4/5 of independent voters across battleground states said they could not identify anything the Biden administration did that directly improved their lives. Surname. Most importantly, the poll showed Democrats winning the national vote for the House by a narrow margin of 49% to 47%. That's a significantly smaller advantage than the double-digit lead enjoyed by independent Democrats in both the 2020 presidential race and the 2018 House race. These results are not necessarily in favor of Democrats, said Matt Hogan, a Democratic pollster. But they don't like Republicans and see them even more as extremists. The significance of the Democratic advantage among independents, however, is perhaps less apparent than the fact that the party fully gives them an advantage, especially in times of economic uncertainty such as this one. So, according to opinion polls, the party that controls the White House has not won an independent in the national vote for the House of Representatives in any midterm election since at least 1982.